All right, welcome everyone to today's Explainer. I am absolutely thrilled to be your coach today because we are opening up the official playbook for a truly fantastic classroom activity. It's called Mr. Alvin's Genius Game. And let me tell you, this isn't just your standard run-of-the-mill guessing game. No way. This is a high-energy, fast-paced challenge that is specifically designed to sharpen your thinking and get the whole room communicating. So we're going to go over the setup, the rules, and the winning strategies step by step right here on these slides. By the time we finish up, you and your classmates are going to be absolute masters of this game. So let's just dive right in.
Now, I've got to ask you this right out of the gate. Are you ready to become a genius? What's really interesting about this game is how it completely redefines that word. You see, in Mr. Alvin's Genius Game, being a genius isn't about already knowing all the answers. It's actually about asking the right questions. The entire goal of the game is to figure out a mystery word, but you have to do it by asking highly effective yes or no questions. It takes learning and deduction and turns it into this really fun, competitive challenge where your own curiosity is literally your greatest weapon.
Okay, so how do we actually get this going? Let's talk setup. Preparation is totally key here. First off, the class gets divided into either two main teams or into smaller, more nimble groups of about 3 to 4 students. Next, your team has to pick one player to be the guesser, and that brave student comes right up to the front of the class. Then the teacher reveals a mystery word, but, and this is important, only to the audience. And here is the absolutely crucial part of the physical setup. That mystery word is placed directly behind the guesser. They cannot see it under any circumstances. They have to rely 100% on their team, the audience, to guide them to the right answer.
So, that brings us to a really crucial point: how the audience is actually allowed to respond. The guesser is going to be up there firing off questions, but as the audience, your hands are beautifully tied by 3 very strict rules of engagement. You are only allowed to give one of 3 answers. You can say yes, you can say no, or you can say can be. And that is it. The audience absolutely cannot give extra hints, you can't make little hand gestures, and there are no secret clues. The whole beauty of this game relies on the guesser asking great questions in English and the audience providing only those strict 1 to 2 word replies.
And this brilliantly illustrates exactly where the pressure comes from. Just look at that number, 2. You do not have all day to figure this out. Every single guesser has exactly 2 minutes to nail down the mystery word. By throwing in this massive 2-minute time limit, the game introduces this super fun, almost game show level of tension and urgency right into the classroom. You can't just stand there and randomly guess words. You've got to be fast, you've got to be smart, and you really have to think on your feet before that timer hits 0.
Now, you might be wondering, what are we actually playing for? Well, the scoring system is beautifully simple. If the guesser successfully identifies the mystery word within that 2-minute window, boom, their team earns 1 point. If the timer runs out and the word is still a mystery, 0 points. Teams take turns sending a new guesser up to the front, and at the end of the whole shebang, the team with the most points takes the victory. It's clear, it's super competitive, and it really rewards both speed and accuracy.
All right, so how do you actually win? How do you consistently beat that clock? Let's dive into the foundational strategy. Before you start wildly guessing random items out of thin air, the guesser has to always start by identifying the category of the mystery word. There are 6 starting categories you need to just memorize right now. Is it a person, a place, a thing, an event, food, or an animal? As the guesser, your very first questions right out of the gate should simply be, is it a place? Or maybe, is it food? Because once you lock down that category, you have instantly eliminated thousands of wrong answers.
And that brings us to the core mechanic of Mr. Alvin's Genius Game. It's all about deduction. I want you to picture a giant funnel in your mind, really wide at the top and very narrow at the bottom. Deduction is the strategy of using logical questions to act exactly like that funnel. You start super wide at the top with your categories. Then you ask slightly more specific questions to push the possibilities further down the funnel, narrowing things down faster and faster until literally only one logical answer remains right at the very bottom.
So after you've identified the category, the guesser has to shift to what we call probing questions. These are deeper, logical questions designed to rapidly eliminate all those incorrect options. Just look at these excellent examples, straight from the playbook. Is it famous? Is it in Japan? Is it big? Can people eat it? Is it alive? Do people use it every day? Or, is it related to sports? The rule here is really simple. The more specific your logical probing questions are, the faster you're going to push that word down the funnel and hit the right answer.
Now, just think about the sheer power of a well-timed probing question, like the one right here. Imagine you've established the mystery word is a person, and you know it's a man. If you ask, does he play sports? And the audience says yes, Think about what just happened. With one single 4-word question, you have instantly eliminated every politician, actor, singer, scientist, and historical figure in the world. You've just chopped away millions of wrong answers in like 3 seconds. That is the absolute genius of deduction.
Let's actually look at this in action with a live scrimmage example from the source material. The mystery word here is Shohei Ohtani. Look at how the guesser brilliantly uses that funnel we talked about. First, the category. Is it a person? Yes. Then a broad trait. Is it a man? Yes. Moving to geography, is he Japanese? Yes. Then, maybe after hitting a few no's on other professions, they hit the crucial probing question. Does he play baseball? Yes. Suddenly, the funnel is so narrow, there's literally nowhere left to go but the exact right answer. Is he Shohei Ohtani? Yes. Boom. 1 point for the team. That's how it's done.
Okay, let's take a quick time out here. I want to put my coach's hat firmly on for a second and speak directly to anyone out there who maybe feels a little shy about standing up in front of the whole classroom. The playbook explicitly states this, and I really want to echo it. Do not worry about making mistakes. Honestly, it's totally normal to feel a little nervous up there. But making mistakes, or getting a no from the audience, or even asking what you think is a silly question, that's simply a normal, totally necessary part of the learning process. A no is honestly just as helpful as a yes because it still narrows down that funnel. So please do not be shy. We've got your back.
All right, as we wrap up this playbook, let's lock in some final coach's tips to make sure you're in absolute top form. When you get up to the front, speak loudly and speak clearly so everyone in the room can hear you. That timer is ticking, so do not waste precious seconds whispering to yourself. Stand tall, be incredibly confident in your deduction skills, and above all else, seriously, have fun playing. The energy that you bring to the front of the room is going to energize your entire team.
So, there you have it. We've covered the classroom setup, the intense 2-minute drill, the strict audience rules, and the absolute power of the deduction funnel. You've got the entire playbook for Mr. Alvin's Genius Game right in front of you. The only thing left to figure out as you step up to the front of the class and that timer starts to tick is what will your first brilliant question be. Get out there, have a blast with this, and I will see you on the next explainer.